Do you ever feel that if the world had no difficulties or challenges, life would be peaceful and perfect? Is God unjust? Why do we face hardships? Does God not love me? Does He not see my suffering? And what about my prayers? Are they going unheard? These are questions we have all asked at some point. It's natural to feel this way when life gets tough. But today, let's dive into the deeper meaning behind hardships, pain, and challenges. Alex was sitting on his balcony, staring at the rain pouring down. It mirrored the storm inside him. In the last year, his life had turned upside down. His once thriving career had collapsed, and he was drowning in debt. His friendships had grown distant, and loneliness weighed heavy on him. Every night Alex prayed, but it seemed like the more he asked for relief, the worse things became. "Why is this happening to me?" Alex muttered, gripping his hands in frustration. "Is God punishing me? Has He forgotten me?" One evening, Alex decided to visit his old mentor, Mr. Samuels, a man known for his calm wisdom. After hearing Alex pour out of his frustrations, Mr. Samuels smiled softly and asked, "Have you ever seen a potter at work?" Confused, Alex shook his head. "No, what does that have to do with anything?" Mr. Samuels leaned forward, his eyes kind yet piercing. Imagine a potter sitting at his wheel. In front of him is a lump of clay. It doesn't look like much at first, just a misshapen, muddy mass. But with every spin of the wheel, the potter's hands shape the clay, pulling and pressing, sometimes stretching it to the point where it seems it might break. Alex nodded, listening closely. At times, the potter might even press down hard, crushing the clay back into a shapeless form when it doesn't turn out right. But does that mean the potter has given up on the clay? Mr. Samuels asked. Alex thought for a moment. No, it just means the potter is trying again. Exactly, Mr. Samuels replied. You see, the clay can't become a beautiful vessel without going through the process of shaping, pressing, and even breaking. The potter's hands never leave the clay, no matter how rough the process feels. Just because you are being shaped by hardship doesn't mean you are being abandoned. It means you are in the hands of a master craftsman who sees the beauty in what you will become. Alex left Mr. Samuel's house, still pondering the idea. A few days later, while scrolling through an old book, he came across the story of a sailor who had survived a terrible storm. The sailor's ship had been caught in a violent hurricane, waves crashing against it and winds threatening to tear it apart. But the sailor knew that running from the storm was not an option. Instead, he steered the ship directly into it, adjusting the sails to work with the wind, not against it. Sometimes, the sailor had said, the only way to survive the storm is to face it head on. It's not about escaping the wind, but learning to navigate through it. Alex found himself thinking about his own life's storm. Maybe like the sailor, his hardship were not meant to be avoided but faced. Perhaps God was not trying to sink his ship. He was teaching him how to navigate through the turbulence. Running from the storm would not teach him anything, but navigating through it would make him a stronger, more skilled sailor. But one question still lingered. Why are not my prayers being answered? One night, after a particularly long day, Alex went for a walk. As he passed a construction site, he noticed something curious. The workers had laid the foundation for a large building weeks ago. But nothing seemed to be happening above the ground. For days, there had been no visible progress, just dirt and dust. Frustrated, Alex approached one of the workers and asked, "Why isn't the building going up? You have been working for weeks, but I don't see anything." The worker smiled and replied, "Oh, the real work is happening underground. We are building a deep foundation because this building is going to be tall. Without a strong foundation, it would collapse under its own weight. You can't see it now, but soon enough you will understand why all this digging is necessary." Alex's heart skipped a beat. Alex's story teaches us that hardship is not a sign of God's absence or punishment. It is often a tool for growth, shaping us like a potter shapes clay, teaching us to navigate life's storms and building a strong foundation beneath the surface. Every action of God, whether it's a test or a creation, carries a deeper wisdom or purpose behind it. In fact, this world is beautiful and full of color because of its imperfections, because of the hardships and pain we go through. Without these, life would either be monotonous or fall into complete chaos. Everyone goes through some phase of their life marked by hardship or pain, whether it's childhood, adulthood, or old age. Some people, however, face continuous struggles throughout their lives. The reason for this is that they don't grow or learn from their challenges. They lack acceptance. These people often remain in a state of complaint, constantly blaming life or God for their struggles. They are complaining souls. On the other hand, peaceful souls know that hardship and pain are a natural part of life and embrace it as such. Hey guys, if you like my video, please support me on Buy Me a Coffee so that I can create more content like this. Please don't forget to like this video, share and comment. Bye.